Anpu. I'm an artist based out of Bangalore. I do large-scale public murals on the streets. I've been doing it for nearly a decade now. I've traveled all across India to do a lot of murals. I also make graphic books. I'm a self-published author. This is not the first feet piece, walking piece I've done. I've done a lot of pieces related to an idea of motion or an idea of tranquility or, I don't know, some sort of movement. And when Yash came up to me and said that Bengaluru Moving was interested in doing a piece, and he clearly looked at my previous piece and said that, hey, maybe you could try something. So, frankly, maybe the idea of doing a foot and a walking piece came from there. But I came and chose the spot. I knew that coming here, looking at the surrounding that it was in, kind of intersection it was, and the beautiful coconut trees that were behind, I knew what I was going to do, and it had to do with a female person sort of making a stride. It had to be like mid-stride, the weight of the sari falling on her ankle, the slightly tucked in sari. A lot of working women walk, and if you would stand here at this junction, you'll actually see a lot of sari-clad, anklet-wearing women going for something which is like their day-to-day work, not walking, which is more of the context that we do for an exercise or, for our well-being. It's more in terms of work-related. And that's why I wanted to, accentuate that stride and the weight and the fold of the sari as it sort of drapes around her ankle and the movement that has. It has less to do with people walking, but more with an intention and purpose of the walk. I had to ask a friend of mine who lives in Delhi to actually take a photo of her stride to send it to me, because it's not something I can imagine out of and it had to be this particular way. And she sent me like a good 100-odd photos of, she didn't know what would be the perfect stride. Just envisioning it gave me a lot of thrill, like a good kick, I would say. The kind of reactions I had was kind of varied. I had this gentleman come and say, "Yen marta idya, idiyenidu." Bari ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಬಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ. And then there were a lot of women who came by and held my hand and said they really liked the piece, and never really mentioned why, but maybe it resonated with them. There's this kid who came by and said, "It's like done it better than most men I know can do." So, he obviously took more credit for the piece than I would have anyways take. And that's a bit about street art, where you do something but leave less of your mark there, and maybe the space owns the piece more than you own the piece. I've been in Bangalore for 4 years. This is maybe twice I've done a project. This is like the first project where a city as a whole is interacting with me, and I hope I get to do more of it.